Hello and welcome to Laugh About It, hosted by the one and only DJ Lazar Lily. That's me. Woo! Oops. And today we are here talking with Hunter White. Hunter White, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Hunter White. I'm a stand-up comedian and artist based out of LA, originally from Atlanta, but lived in New York for about a decade.
Right
That's where
on.
I started.
Great. So before we get started with the show, I just want to shout out the great, let me see, Sample School by DJ Sapo.
Shout out Zappa.
Shout out. And the music that we were just listening to was Heart Cook's Brain by Modest Mouse. Okay, great. We've got those formalities out of the way. We are here to laugh about it.
Comedy.
So, comedy. So, where along the path of life did you decide to get into comedy?
I always wanted to do it, and I went to school in New York, and around the corner from where I went to school was a club called The Stand.
Mm-hmm.
It subsequently moved, but I would walk past it every day. I always wanted to do it. My girlfriend at the time said I'm not that kind of funny, and I was like, well, I will prove you wrong. And
Oh, so it was like a vengeance thing.
Sorta.
Spiteful. Yeah.
I a week before I graduated, I was like, well, I have nothing else. Let's try stand-up. And I
Right, yeah.
just did an open mic.
And how was that first open mic?
Better than it was good. I remember a couple jokes that never worked after worked. I was excited. I think my energy just worked.
And the audience was good, and
Yeah.
that's kept you going since?
Yep.
Right on. Well, what would you say your comedy style is like? Who do you take after?
Probably my three, if that's kind of cheating, influences are Mark Maron, Maria Bamford, and Chris Rock.
Okay.
I think Maron, when I first kind of saw his material, it was very kind of different and cerebral and vulnerable in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I have you've seen me on stage. I have ha energy, which Chris Rock I think was the first comic I ever saw. So I feel like
You saw him in person?
No.
I see.
I saw the HBO special Bigger and Blacker, I think.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So for the listeners, for context, I usually have this adorable little leather-bound red journal where I keep all of my questions and all of my inspirations. And today we're freestyling it with Hunter.
We're riffing.
Yeah, this is improv here.
Yeah.
And so the questions that I am struggling to come up with are all just completely off the dome. That's why it's taking so long.
I get it.
But hopefully 2 minutes in, they'll be more fluid. Okay. How about let's just start with what's your favorite bit right now?
Huh.
Do you even have a
of all
favorite
time, or that I really like doing?
that you really like doing? All about personal preference here.
I always will go back. I have a joke about flat moon theory.
What is flat moon theory?
Why does no one talk about it?
Well,
we talk about flat Earth all the time, but you look at the moon, it's the same thing all the time, and it never
That's true.
rotates.
That's true. I've never seen a round one. I've just seen a circle.
And the
in
other
sky.
side, it's the dark side of the moon. We can't take a flashlight over there.
Yeah.
What? So that is a go-to easy. I think that was the first joke I wrote, where it's I think that's weird and funny and kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you developed a flat sun theory?
No, but that's a good one. Have you heard how the sun might actually be a portal?
A portal to...
Fucking who knows?
Well, you should be the one who knows.
I should figure it out.
Yeah.
When
Have you ever thought about just taking a trip right into it?
Into the sun?
Into the sun,
I
figuring
thought
out
about
where it
it,
goes.
but for more sad reasons, usually. So,
Yeah. I feel that. Where do you think that the sun would lead us to?
The other side? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Where does the portal lead?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it leads to I was thinking, did you see 2001 Space Odyssey?
My favorite movie. It's the best.
Like that weird scene they have towards the end where that guy is kind of in a weird
The
square
third
or
act,
what-
Jupiter and Beyond the Sun or whatever.
something or other. Yeah,
Could be that.
Could be that, or it could be like a Chick-fil-A in Kansas.
Yeah, or just really hot. And,
Yeah, it
and-
could just be actually
Yeah.
a star.
Yeah, or maybe it's the chicken from the Chick-fil-A billboard, or the cow from the Chick-fil-A billboard.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
He is actually God. Is
Yeah.
that cow? Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yes.
Eat more chicken is an edict from the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely. I see the connection.
Yeah.
And so, Jesus, these questions. Okay, I'm gonna come up with one. I'm coming up with one, and it is going to be comedy related, and it is going to be, why do you like doing comedy so much?
For off the top, that's a good question.
Thank you.
I think I first started doing it because they have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could be a dick and heckle, but I always had insecurities about people aren't listening. I can't explain myself, and people won't see me. And so when I got on stage, for 5 minutes, they're listening, and then I can explore just really weird ideas. I do visual art in the day, so actually trying to come up with mental games, sorta fun ways to think, and people will actually hear you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. And so how do you think that your visual art feeds into comedy? Does it? Is there a conversation happening there?
Not directly. I think because I'm fortunate where I can make my living making art, I don't have that I have to be famous next week and stand up.
Right.
I can take my time, and I mean, I've been doing this shit a while, and when I'm pushing and rushing, I burn out real quick. So having a creative day job allows me to all right, take some time to write, take some time to explore this. You don't have to play all the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what does the writing process look like? Or is it trademarked? Do I have to sign an NDA?
No, it's the opposite of trademark. It's just write.
Yeah.
I've been writing an hour one-man show thing. And
Right
I
on.
finished it yesterday. It's chaos. But it only happened because all right, I'm going to turn off spell check. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm just going to write and then edit later.
Yeah, just slam the digits on the board and,
Yeah.
and see what you get.
Yeah. And regular stand-up is I have a notes app, and then 2 hours before I show, I go through a notes app and then write jokes off of those, and then just keep reworking it.
What's the notes app for? You just find things that
Ideas.
pop in your head?
Yeah, the Flat Moon thing, I think I literally, why do we not talk about Flat Moon? And then it was 6 months of rewriting and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting.
You're right.
Yeah.
And polishing.
Yeah.
Do you find that process arduous, or do you like the polishing process?
I like it when it's productive. I feel with any art, you can get so granularly focused on this word should be here. It's not working. Sometimes it's just not working, and you need to move on. Or it's good enough, and it can be used, if it's not as strong, being put in different places in the set, and yeah.
Right on. Do you try to write every day? Do you have a schedule?
I try to write every day. Don't really succeed. I try to always take at least one note, even though that's not writing. I always am okay, even if it's not a new bit, I'll be okay, well, maybe move this part here or move this joke to the top. And so even though I'm not writing new bits every day, I'm tweaking it a little bit every day.
Okay. So just formulating ideas?
Yeah. And sometimes I'll look back at my notes and be I don't even know what that means. But then because I've sat down, okay, I'll write. Even if that note doesn't make sense, because my mind is this is the writing time, I'll look at other stuff, or I'll just write a new 5 minutes just to clear out the pipes a little bit.
Yeah. That's a good system. I've been trying to write more as well.
Yeah.
And I started Monday.
Writing. Monday.
Writing.
Okay.
Consistently
Okay.
writing. I mean, I've been writing
Yeah.
since I was about 5 years old.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
to
yeah.
brag.
Yeah.
ABCs.
All right. I'm still working on
DEGs, yeah.
and sometimes why. I still can't figure it
That one's a hard one. Yeah,
out.
never
Two and two.
never got past the G, so
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if two has 3 O's or 2 O's or
Oh shoot, I don't even know. This is complex. This is too advanced. Too advanced. But anyway, I've been trying to write consistently.
yeah.
Starting Monday. Monday and Tuesday morning, I woke up. I rose with the dawn. I made myself a cup of coffee and I wrote, and it was so productive, and I felt like Joan Didion. I felt like so boom.
Those are great.
Like writing productive, crazy style.
Yeah.
Third day, Wednesday. I was also intending on being like crazy productive, locked in, dialed in, like typewriter mode.
Mm-hmm.
The fire alarm in my building went off. So I took that as a sign from the universe to just stop. So we're on a hiatus, taking a break for myself, for my well-being, and we'll go back at some point or another. But
do you think you're going to have trouble getting back on the horse? Like when you get into a routine, if you fall off, do you have trouble starting back up?
Well, it depends what type of horse it is.
Okay, a little, like a small comedy
If
horse.
if it's like a mini pony,
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like one of the ones that you see at kids' birthday parties, probably. Okay. And I think that I'm starting to write comedy in just increments. So it's not a tall Mustang that I'm trying to climb on. Right now it is just a miniature pony that I'm writing like 3 or 4 lines and just sounding it out and then polishing it.
Cool.
Yeah. So the pony is relatively easy to hop back on.
You really took that analogy and rode with it.
Oh!
Galloped your way to the end. I think that's the right kind of attitude, is even if you just write 1 sentence or 4 sentences, it's more than you wrote before, and you're a better writer, even if it's just the smallest amount.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, and you earlier mentioned that you went to New York to a roast battle, a comedy roast battle. You said, what, the Comedy Fight Club?
Shout out Comedy Fight Club. Shout out Matt Maron.
Fight Club. I want to know what that is like. How do you fight someone comedically?
So, for context, I'm very bad at it. I am not a good roast comic. I'm fine with that. It's a different skill set. But it's like I always took it as like a performance or writing exercise. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been around in New York forever, and that's where I started stand-up. Mm-hmm. And I always heard about it. Everyone talked about it, but I didn't really know about it, and it kind of had to be like someone tells you about it, you go to it. Right. And then when I went, it was just like everybody. And I was like, well, I should do this to like, so people know who I am. Yeah. So I did it the first time, I lost. I did it the second time, I lost.
Third time?
I lost. But I would take it. I knew I couldn't win on writing because I'm just not that type of person. So I try to lean into the performance. So like I bought rip-off pants one time, and I had a whole song and dance, and I kind of became a character in that I would just lose because I genuinely am trying really hard to win. It just doesn't happen.
So you just 180'd.
Yeah, so I just roll those punches. Mm-hmm. But good roast comics are really, they impress me a lot. To just see a person write jokes for 1 week, maybe 2, and just do it again. Yeah. And it's technically it's really interesting.
So you know the person that you're roasting ahead of time?
Yeah. I've done them where I know the person, but the one I did this last time, I never met her. We were just connected, and he said write and just go for it.
How long do you have to write? You have a week?
We had longer because I set it up a month in advance.
Oh, I see.
But they also do a tournament where you get your opponent a week before, and then it's a bracket style.
Wow.
It's really cool. If anyone's in New York, check out Comedy Fight Club.
That's
or
cool.
On Instagram.
Yeah. What type of comedy would you explore besides stand-up? Where do you think that your skills would be transferable to?
A one-man show, I think. That's kind of still stand-up, but a little not.
How is it different? How would you explain the difference?
I feel like with stand-up, a rule I've always followed is first 15 seconds of set, you have a laugh. You have a laugh every 30 seconds. I feel like with a one-man show, you can have a down point and then work up. Right. What other comedy? I would love to write for something. I would love to write for an animated show, theoretically, one day. Or I don't want to say a late night show, but like maybe a weirder late night show, like
Yeah.
one that's a little,
Like evil Stephen Colbert.
yeah, or like, what was, not Daily Show, but I feel like those style shows, could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are fun. I do like those shows.
Like Michelle Wolf's old late night show she did for I think a season or two. That seemed like it would be really fun to write on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we're talking animation, going back to that,
Yeah.
what type of animation? Like what's your favorite comedy animation series?
So this is tricky because for the longest time I didn't think I liked any. It just never resonated.
Right.
And like in school, all my friends were animators, and I was like, I don't get any of this.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Midnight Gospel on Netflix,
Ah.
and that kind of opened my mind
Yeah.
to animation as like an art form, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a couple of, like, one of my friends co-created Owl House.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I like watched some of her work and it's like, oh, this is cool. Like there you can go weird places with it, which I think is
Absolutely.
fun.
Well, you don't have actors who could file lawsuits. You don't have
That's very true.
You don't have to, do doctoring on scenes and all that stuff. It's just you sit at a tablet and you draw.
Yeah. Seems cool.
It does seem very cool. Just this morning, I ran into the producer of Inside Out, one of the major guys at Pixar.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. And, I didn't actually get to have a conversation with him, but he kind of addressed, like, a gaggle of people my age.
Okay.
And, he's just very interesting dude. And I have a lot of respect for animation. As a kid, I wanted to be an animator at Pixar, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, it is very cool. When you initially said animation, like comedy animation, my mind immediately went to, it's not The Simpsons. What's it called? Family Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Family Guy. I'm so sorry.
Those are the shows where I was like, okay, I don't like animation.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't get it. My mom also wouldn't let me watch, like, The Simpsons and that stuff growing up. Like, she thought Johnny Bravo was, like, the worst thing. Now looking back, it's a commentary on he is the worst thing.
Yeah. For sure. The devil reincarnate,
Yeah.
basically.
But, like, Family Guy, just in terms of, like, voice acting has always impressed me. And just, like, characters. But, like, writing-wise, it never really jumped out too much. Not to shit on it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
Yeah, shout out Stewie.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Hey, that's a good
Right?
impression.
It's not bad.
That isn't bad. Do you do impressions ever during your stand-up?
I did a Mickey Mouse and a couple jokes. Like, oh, boy!
That is really
It's good, right? Yeah.
It's seriously impressive.
That's one of my goals, is to mix in more act-outs, more voices.
More
stuff like that.
characters?
Yeah, more Maria Bamford influence is definitely needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. Would you ever dance on stage?
Like
For a
Dancing
laugh?
with the Stars or for a laugh? For
a laugh.
Yeah. I
Yeah?
do anything on stage for a laugh.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you do get into character.
Yeah. There would just have to be there'd have to be a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And so can I ask that when you're on stage, are you performing as yourself or are you performing as a character? Like, do you step onto the stage and kind of like put a mask on and you act out for the 15 minutes you're up there? Or are you up there being completely candid and completely vulnerable? Where do you fall on that spectrum?
This might be getting a little deep, but I think the purpose of stand-up is to try to figure out how to be yourself on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think, we all walk through life as a character, right? Like, how we're supposed to be. And, like, when you get on stage, you're like, I have to perform. I have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But the funniest comics are just themselves.
Yeah.
And so trying to remove that, like, I have to kill, I have to do this, I have to do that, and actually just be present is so hard.
Yeah, it is.
And, like, I've had multiple times, not for a while, but, like, especially in my first, like, 5 years, where I would, like, write jokes that were funny, but, like a big one was like, oh, I look gay or whatever. And, like, you do those jokes over time, and, like, that's not me. I hate this. I don't want to do it. And I would, like, burn out. And so at one point I was like, I just have to just be as close to honest and not, like, take the easy jokes. Because I feel like the easy jokes are the ones that, like, work, but you don't actually like. and then it's a job, and you don't want to get up there to work a job.
No.
That's why I'm up there, is to
That's
not.
be a release from the job. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, why? Shoot, I had a question and it totally escaped me. Okay,
It wasn't meant to be.
maybe. Hey, if it was important, it'll come back to me. We're going to be talking right now about comedy generally, comedy in LA compared to New York,
Yeah.
since you were there for a decade. How is it different
Um,
or the same?
It's very different.
Yeah?
And I noticed this like the first couple weeks I was here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this to disparage anybody because it can sound like I'm shitting on people, but like jokes in New York are very like quick, they're fast, they're technical, they're set up, punch, and if you don't do anything in that line, you kind of get overlooked. In LA, it's a lot of character, it's a lot of movie references, it's a lot of pop culture references, it's a lot of people not telling jokes and just like performance. Versus in New York, there's not a lot of performance, but some people are really good at jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that.
Um,
And do you have a preference?
I'm gonna say no. It's different.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It's too different to have a preference.
Yeah.
And do you think that you yourself as a comic fall towards one end or the other?
I think I fall slightly towards the joke writing end, but that's only because I started in New York.
Right. Well, if you develop there.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
did some time on the road, and that got me a lot better. But then, I mean, coming out here, it was like, I feel like it was necessary because it has allowed me to like embrace the like performance part rather than just like set up punch, which I'll be honest, a lot of my act, it's energy.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to write a joke for 3 years until someone took me out and said, this is how a joke works. I was like, oh, that's what a setup, okay, I get it. And so, yeah, I think it just, different sides, same coin coming together.
And how do you write a joke?
I have a notes app. I'll look through it, and well, usually I'll come up with an idea in a shower or driving or when I'm about to go to bed.
The perfect times.
Perfect times when you can't write because you've stayed up too late.
You should get meta glasses. Just record them. Record
It's
yourself
true.
every time you get it.
Voice memos, real long, rambly voice memos that I never listen to that jokes are in there.
Absolutely.
Those are great.
Well, even just voicing it out loud, that like builds the connection,
Yeah.
synapse connection.
And
helps you remember it.
that's actually how I write is I talk it out.
Yeah.
So I can't write on stage, but I can't write without talking. So I'll look at my notes app. I'll maybe say like, whatever, and then keep talking the joke out. And if something comes out, it's like, oh, that's a joke. Cool.
Yeah, that's funny. I see. Okay. And so,
It's a lot of hope that it comes. It's not great. It's a lot of muse inspiration, woo woo bullshit, but
right.
it works.
Yeah. Hey, and if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Okay. And how has comedy been for you recently?
Recently,
Just
in general,
generally speaking,
have
you been enjoying yourself?
I love it.
Yeah.
Especially now that I've like come to accept that my path, I don't think is like that blow up on Instagram, be super famous, and I also don't want that. Like I noticed this in art school is people who blew up really fast never maintained. And so I think I didn't put that together until I like did some time in New York. I went on the road, tried putting Instagram clips. I can't be consistent with Instagram and YouTube. And I was like, I'm just going to take my time and get as good as possible.
Yeah.
And I think I had momentum, and then I moved out here and the momentum kind of reset, and it's slowly building.
Yeah.
So professionally, comedy is tough, but personally, like it molded me, I guess, and like made me a very different person in a positive way.
Hey, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And if you ever did pick up momentum, what would your ideal level of fame be?
Famous to comedians, known to everybody else. Like, I always talk about Maron, but like Mark Maron, Maria Bamford, David Tell, like those comics who are like known as like doing interesting stuff, unique voices, but they don't need to be like selling out stadiums. Like, I don't know who said it, and it might be another Maron quote, but someone on Instagram I saw said like comedy has become like sports. And like the way you rank it is like how much money you make or how big a stadium you can fill. And like that's not what I want. I would love to just like put on a solo show every year, every 2 years, have a group of people who come out. I would love to make like a living wage.
That would be ideal.
That's it.
Right.
I would love a living wage and a nice watch. That's about it.
Ooh, what type of watch?
Well, I like watches, so expensive.
Are we talking like a Rolex, what's it called, Seiko? Those
Seiko?
ones? Seiko.
I'm not a fan of. I've never gotten into Rolexes. I think they're fine. They're really nice. But some weird Seikos, and then some. There's a brand called Patek Philippe, which is like ridiculous.
Yeah. Those are the ones that are like.
They're like
$300,000.
Yeah, they're dumb. They're stupid, and there's no reason to have one other than they're just like a really interesting mechanical piece of machinery. But even like Seikos, like they were really fun Seikos. Like there's one that the crystal pops up and you can touch the hands, and it's for people who can't see. So
cool.
Yeah, and they have one that's a metronome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they just have fun little weird watches.
That is really neat.
Yeah, and I like vintage watches.
Yeah. I like the old Casio ones.
Yeah,
those
I
are
have
cool.
Casio right now.
Hey, right on.
Yeah.
That's like my dream type of watch.
You should get it. It's like $25.
Yeah, there we go, eBay.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about what your occupation would have been in like Victorian era England? Like, do you think
Jester.
you would Jester?
That's medieval, right? Jester maxing is medieval.
I feel Jester maxing's modern. That is a contemporary phenomenon.
It is. It is just comedy. It's so weird.
I actually believe the last real professional jester was in the 1800s.
Okay.
So you're not far off.
No. Either I'd be burned at the stake or I'd get into like science. Especially because science then was like not science, and it was like, well, let's just poke a dead body and see what happens.
Yeah, but essentially.
I like astronomy, so
maybe you would be like, what's his name? Not Copernicus. He was an old guy.
He was he the? I keep hitting the mic. Sorry. Sun around the Earth.
That was Galileo Galilei.
Okay.
What a name, right? And then Copernicus was the one who. Shoot, I just read about this.
Newton was the apple.
Newton was gravity. Copernicus. Oh, you know what Copernicus said? No. I'm thinking of. Shoot, there's too many astronomers.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's
just all blame it on Newton.
Yeah, it's all Newton's fault.
It was all Newton.
We'd be floating if he didn't tell us we wouldn't.
It's true. Thank God he discovered gravity. And he turned that switch on.
Yeah. Maybe a writer.
Yeah?
That's an easy pivot from stand-up. Yeah, or just a weird degenerate in the Victorian age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think it was impossible to be a degenerate in the Victorian age.
Legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had opium dens and they had like...
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Isn't Gangs of New York Victorian era or right after?
It's like, what, 1850s? Something or other?
Yeah, okay, so like, yeah, something...
It's like tail end of Victorian.
Yeah, I wouldn't be accepted by most people, I would imagine.
Yeah. That's why you'd get burned at the stake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think I'd be burned at the stake. I think people would think I'm a witch.
My mom's a witch.
No way.
Yeah.
Like spell casting?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. She's practicing psychic.
That is impressive. Has she ever given you a palm reading or?
She tried to. I was against all of it forever.
Yeah.
Because she's also been married 3 times. So I'm like, what kind of psychic's been married 3 times? Shout out, Mom. I love you.
Shout out.
But I think with psychics, you can't read people you know super well.
Ah.
So I think whenever she did carving, her own biases and intuition gets in the way.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh. Has she ever cast a spell that's benefited you in some way?
Maybe that I don't know about. There was a lot of money tree spells. Those never happened. So I don't know.
Well, maybe not yet. Maybe it's like a long run
Could have been blessings. She could have put blessings on me that I didn't know about. Yeah.
You still have both legs.
Exactly.
Right?
I have both legs. I don't get sick that much. Knock on wood. Yeah. She probably put a decent spell or two on me.
Oh, thank God for that. I wish my mom did that
Yeah.
for me.
There's
All
some
she
bad
does
spells
is-
too, but hopefully there's some good
Well,
ones.
hopefully she doesn't cast those on you.
No.
Jeez, that would be rough.
No, maybe just karma from her casting on other people.
Maybe.
Trauma. I'm a comic.
Shoot, I was gonna ask a most marvelous question. You wouldn't even have believed how good this question was, and it was this. I remembered it. Okay. Okay. Hold on to the chairs. Okay, this is a crazy question. What does comedy mean to you in the grand sense? What does it mean to you? Does it provide?
Like, mean to me as in, like, what it means to do comedy, be a or like, what does comedy do for the world?
What does comedy do for the world? No pressure.
No,
Just a
I
quick
think about
little-
this a lot,
Little
actually.
question.
It breaks people out of a system or like a rut. Like things are funny because they're out of nowhere. Like a joke is setup, opposite of setup.
Right.
And so they just get people thinking a little bit. Like I don't know if this will make sense, but even like, why did the chicken cross the road? Like something no one ever thinks about. Right. We all know the joke, but like it's just something you don't think about.
Yeah.
And so with
Breaks
comedy,
expectations.
yeah, my favorite thing is when like, oh, I never thought of that, let alone like that. So I think it's gonna save the world. Yeah, I think it just breaks people out of a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Challenges the norm and whatnot.
Yeah, especially someone like, I haven't watched her special, but like Sarah Sherman. I've seen clips from it. It's wild and unlike any other stand-up I've seen. Maria Bamford. Yeah, just like, it's weirdos. It's weirdos being laughed with instead of laughed at or separate. Like, listen to the weirdo. He might help.
Yeah. That reminds me of, what was his name? There was this guy. I think it might have even been, who was it? Having a total brain fart. No, it was a well-respected member of Silicon Valley.
So not a comic.
No, the exact opposite. 40-year-old version. Shoot, it might have been Mark Zuckerberg.
The 40-year-old virgin.
The 40-year-old virgin Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, whatever it was. No, you know who it was? It was J.D. Vance.
No.
The 50-year-old virgin. J.D.
Okay.
Vance. He was talking about how people on the fringe need to be listened to.
Yeah.
And I disagree with his interpretation
Yeah.
because he was like, let's listen to those crazy billionaires who are like,
Yeah.
eugenics is good.
His fringe is not the fringe.
No,
it's
the
the
fringe-
mainstream.
His fringe is like the crazy,
Yeah.
what is going on,
Yeah.
pause, haven't we seen this before, 1930s Germany?
Yeah.
But anyway, I am inclined to agree with you in the fact that I do believe that the fringe figures, comedy is about bringing fringe figures into the limelight and giving them a chance to disrupt
Yeah.
and kind of go after different systems, whether they're social systems or political systems or just systems that be, like just kind of poking them a
Yeah.
little bit. Not doing any real harm, but just kind of being like, why, what?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Yeah. Like, I love playing a little bit. I don't do it so much anymore because I don't think I'm quite at the level. But, like, I love playing with, like, the idea of belief or spirituality or any of that stuff that people just have their beliefs and they go with it. Even politics. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the most far left person I know, but I'll play with that and people are like, wait, what is he saying? And it just gets people thinking.
Right.
And the thing about that J.D. Vance quote is those people should be listened to. Like, actually listen to what they're saying, not just follow them like J.D. Vance wants you to do. Not listen as in believe them, but like if we let crazy people say their stuff, they'll show themselves and they'll hang
That's true.
themselves.
Well, but we often see contradictions in crazy political figures and people still follow them.
Yeah, because they're not listening to them.
Yeah, that is
It's
true.
like no one listens to what our dear leader says. They just follow.
Yeah. You know what? You're right.
Wild.
It is wild, and it's scary, and it's frightening.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Only, what, 2 more years?
Of him?
Yeah.
Maybe not even that.
Do you think he's going to die?
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking if he gets impeached.
That's not going to happen. We tried
If we have free and fair elections, he might.
Oh, well.
Well, when we impeached him the other time, Democrats didn't have the Senate, so they put it away.
Oh, I
But
see.
if the GOP really loses, which it looks like they might, again, knock on wood, it's going to be, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, exciting things coming.
Yep.
This was not meant to take a dive into
No,
politics,
no.
but
It's relevant. I mean,
it is relevant.
The
That this
world
is
we're
the
in.
world we're living in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And especially with comedy, like, I didn't write political jokes forever because like that's not what I do. I care about politics too much to write jokes about it. And then it, like, when everything was going crazy, I was like, I
You
can't
got
not.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll, even if it's just like my joke I wrote that week that I will never do again.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not talking about politics, a lot of people are like, why aren't you, like, what is this crap about Flat Moon? Like, fascism. Like, you have to address it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like, when someone's, like, asks me for advice in stand-up, the thing I say is, like, you have to just address, and I didn't come up with this, but you have to address the room if something happens, or just, like, if you look weird, or if you have a weird name, or if anything happens, you have to address it, because if you don't, they're just going to be thinking about it.
Right.
Like, I had this friend, I'm not going to say her name, attractive-looking woman, whatever. Her first joke, she would go up and be like, so I think I'm pretty hot. And it was a fine joke. It wasn't a bad joke, but she would just bomb. I was like, the reason you're bombing is not because your jokes are bad, and it's not because you're not attractive. It's you're telling everybody you're so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just thinking about that for the whole set.
Right.
So you just, you want to roll with what's going on, and...
So you immediately point out your flaws.
Well, your, I don't want to say flaws, eccentricities.
Eccentricities, that's a better word for it. Or just things that kind of pop up to the forefront of people's perceptions of you.
Yeah.
As a way to address it.
Yeah. Or if there's something like that you need them to know first, or just like my opening joke is like, I used to be this person, I did a bunch of mushrooms, and now I just really like trees. Like that joke's designed to be like, okay, this guy's kind of weird, and he used to be like political and liked math, and now he likes trees. Like, what the hell? And then it allows me to get really weird, and I don't have to like stick to one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to develop who you are.
Yeah.
Without pressure.
Yeah.
Kind of what we were talking about earlier about how you just get to kind of be yourself. You find yourself on stage.
Yeah.
Right. That's very interesting. And so you did used to be a math person.
Yeah, I love math. I actually still really like math.
What's your favorite type of math? Like statistics, algebra, calculus.
I really just like dividing, multiplying.
Yeah.
I like some statistics.
I love statistics.
Some about division. I like division.
Mm.
Growing up, I always get yelled at by teachers because I cannot remember like how to find percentages. So I was always coming up with like bullshit ways to do math. Like to find like 48%, you divide it by 100 and multiply it by 48.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher's like, it's not what you do. And I was like, no, it's what you do.
But you get there eventually.
Yeah.
So what does a teacher
Yeah.
care?
I like math because math and science is a lot less. It can be a lot more abstract if you like play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in art school, I made art about math and like statistics and stuff, and it's just interesting.
What does that look like? Math about or art about math?
There was a magazine called Harper's Monthly, and
Yeah.
in the beginning every month they would put this thing called the Harper's Index, and it's just these random statistics, and I would make photographs interpreting them.
That's cool.
Like-
Do you remember any of them?
Not the specifics, but like one was like the amount of people who thanked Jesus in the Academy Award speech versus the amount of people who thanked Harvey Weinstein. It's like 1 to 13.
Oh,
This was before everything came out, so
Jeez.
it's poignant now.
yeah.
But like the amount of vitamins that actually work in a placebo study is like only 1 out of 12. Like just stuff like that, and trying to interpret it, I guess.
That's really interesting. There's this website that we played around with in my statistics class that was like showing how correlation does not necessarily imply causation, and it would be like Mercury retrograde and the performance of female soccer players in Rwanda. And it would just show these like strange graphs that align somehow.
That's interesting.
With two completely unrelated phenomenon.
That's cool. You should send that to me. I want to see that. That's neat.
I'll have to remember the name, but it was really fun. It was so fun. There was a whole ton of them, and it just generated them. But yeah, it is really fun to look at statistics.
Yeah.
One of my favorite statistics is that you are more likely to be bit by a New Yorker than by a shark.
That's also, I 100% believe that's true. That's really cool. Okay.
Yeah. So watch out. Mean streets in New York.
Yeah, they're biting out there.
Have you ever been bitten in your 10 years there that you can recall? Or were you doing the biting?
I wasn't biting. I think I actually was bitten once at a bar by like a drunk person.
Oh, shoot.
Not like a hard bite, but like a hat, like set. I actually think that did happen.
So you're a victim of the statistic.
I'm totally a victim of. I'm a victim of statistics.
Oh, now that is rough.
Yeah.
Well, only thing to do now, I guess the only way to offset the statistic is either 1, start biting sharks more, or 2, start inciting sharks to bite people more.
I mean, that's what the windmills are for, right? Like, isn't that what our leader says is a windmill? It's causing sharks to attack people?
Wait, what is windmills?
Windmills.
Oh, windmills.
Or he calls them windmills, but they're wind turbines. But I think
out in the ocean?
Yeah, he says it's causing sharks to attack people.
Why?
Because he's, But
like, what? How does he justify that?
How does he justify anything?
That's true. That is true. My brother said something very smart once. Or not smart per se, but just very accurate. He says he throws shit at a wall and some of it sticks and some
he
of
does.
it doesn't. Which I think is an accurate way of explaining what he does.
Did you see the Roy Cohn or the movie The Apprentice? The one that came out like last year?
No, I wanted to see it though.
I think it is the clearest picture of why he behaves the way he behaves. And it's very clear, and it came from Roy Cohn, who I don't know if you know about him, but he was like a lawyer in the 70s or 80s. Mm. He was on the Red Scare congressional trials where they like arrested a bunch of movie people who are communists.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He was like the assistant attorney on that.
To persecute them or to defend them?
Persecute them.
Dang, all right.
And he like linked up with Trump in like the 80s, and his whole thing is like, you don't admit defeat, you never say you're wrong, you say the same thing over and over and over. Huh. People will believe you if you talk enough, and that's what we have as our president.
Right on. Okay.
Sure.
Jeez. What a world we live in.
I feel like I take things dark.
No. And that's what comedy is partially about, like you were saying. And so we only have a couple more minutes here, so I just want to give us a minute or so before closing up to talk about the future of comedy and where do you think it's headed with what are some recent developments? AI, with short-form content, with the kind of mass consolidation of different media websites and streaming services. Yeah. Where do you think that comedy is going in the midst of all of this chaos?
I think it's going to split. It already has kind of split, but I think there's going to be, like, internet, like, people who are famous on the internet, and then there are going to be, like, go see this person in person. Mm-hmm. I don't know who it is, but there's a comic out of the UK who's, like, big on social media but doesn't put any clips. And he's like, you have to come see the show. And I think people are going to want that, like, in-person experience. Mm-hmm. And, like, I know some of the youths are, like, getting rid of their smartphones. Mm-hmm. And, like, I think it's just going to be in-person shows. I think the age of crowd work is probably coming to an end online. There's so much of it. I think people producing shows that are unique. I think that's the big thing that's coming is we've all seen, like, the bro comics. They all kind of have the same bits. They have the same cadence. They have the same everything. And I think the weirdos are going to get seen again. Mm-hmm. And I think...
like a renaissance.
I do think that's coming. I mean, that always comes after chaos. I was on a bus. Sorry, weird tangent. But I was on a bus in Colorado like 5 years ago visiting a friend. Mm-hmm. And this weird man just started talking to me. And he was like, somehow he got into the world. It's like, don't worry, man. After every dark age comes a golden renaissance, and we're going to be a part of that, and it's coming.
That's true.
And it does kind of feel like, yeah, shit's getting really dark,
Yeah.
but people seem like they're waking up to how crazy shit is.
And they're wanting to create as a result of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're wanting spaces. I think the internet is going to change. I think like Patreon's going to be a bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are going to get off of social media, besides like maybe short clips to promote bigger projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all the comics who are now super wealthy, who do really say what you want about the bro comics, they love comedy and they love comedy movies.
Yeah.
And a lot, like there's the David Spade, Theo Vaughn, Busboys movie. Looks hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we're going to come back to like how comedy was, I think in the 80s when like there were comedy movies, there were comedy clubs, maybe not clubs anymore, but it's just going to be a go out and see a show. I think
As opposed to watching it on your computer at home while eating a bag of chips at 2 in the morning. Yeah.
Like my Netflix, I stopped using it because my parents are on the East Coast and they changed it. I haven't resubscribed. I haven't watched a special. I've watched like 2 on YouTube in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much of it.
Yeah.
And people want in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels more authentic that way.
Yeah.
And so just before we go, we have, oh my God, we're actually over by a minute, but that's okay because we got started late. What are your favorite places in LA to go for comedy? Besides LA School of
Well, I was just about to say LA School of Comedy is the place I like to work out at.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood Comedy I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Improv when I've only done the mic there once. But I like Hollywood Comedy a lot. I don't know if you've been there yet.
No,
they
I
have them
haven't.
all day. From
Wow.
like 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., I guess, till like 10 o'clock.
Dang.
And they have 5-minute mics and 10-minute mics, and they have a room next door, so if that one fills up, you can pop over there.
Huh.
It's really good.
Good to know.
Yeah. It's a little dingy sometimes, but it's comedy.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy's dingy. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. This has been Laugh About It with DJ Lazulili and Hunter White. Coming up next, we have Pita Chip Chat by DJ Pita Chip. Yum. That sounds really good. And we are going to be playing... Oh, I was just thinking about the Velvet Underground. We were talking about Flying Into the Sun, and they have this song called Into the Sun.
That seems like a good way to go out.
Yeah, right?
Full circle.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Velvet.
We really galloped this horse home.
Oh, yeah, this miniature pony. Oh, wait, that doesn't look right. Underground.
Have you heard Gwar cover Pink Pony Club?
Gwar? Who is that?
It's like a heavy metal scream band.
Oh, I need to hear that.
Everybody, NPR, check it out.
Will do. Okay, well, they don't have it here. That stinks. Okay, never mind then. We are going to be listening to... All Tomorrow's Parties. This one's a good one. All right. Fine then. Signing out.
Thank you.